What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video on the SAT. And this video is all about what to do the morning of your SAT in a COVID-19 world. So first we're going to start off with the basics of things that you should do that morning, things you should gather that you would typically do before any SAT. And then we're going to go into the extra protocols and procedures that are going to need to be followed in order to get you ready for test day. First and foremost, you want to make sure to wake up nice and early so that you're not panicked, you're not rushing to get to your test center. When you rush and you arrive at that last minute, your adrenaline can spike and you can potentially then experience a crash during the test, which is not what you want on an important test. So make sure to get up a little extra early so that you don't have that panic and you can arrive nice and early and be relaxed. Next, you are what you eat, so make sure to eat a healthy breakfast. This means that you should be eating things high in proteins and fats. Things like eggs are great. You can have a little bit of meat in the morning. I would probably stay away from things with sugar. Anything super sweet is going to give you, again, a spike and then a crash later on. I would also recommend hydrating. Now, when it comes to caffeine, I would generally say don't do it unless you're already accustomed to drinking a little bit of coffee, things like that. But in general, I would say just stay hydrated and that's it. When thinking about snacks to bring to the SAT, my go-to is always almonds. It's got a nice, slow, steady release of energy. You can also bring some carrots, things like that, and lots of water, once again, to stay hydrated. Next, let's think about your basic supplies, which include a College Board approved calculator, extra batteries, a backup calculator if you have one. If not, no worries, but just bring extra batteries. And then of course, at least 3 pencils already sharpened. Don't bring scratch paper because you can't use it. That will be provided and you'll generally be writing in the booklet. The other 2 items that you have to bring are a valid identification card, whether it's a driver's license or whatnot, and also your test admission ticket. Now let's talk about the additional protocols that you have to follow given that we are in a COVID-19 world. First of all, you've got to bring a mask. You're going to be required to take the entire test in a mask. Now, I would recommend bringing 2 masks because the last thing that you want to have happen is you show up at the test center and somehow that one mask that you had is no longer there. So I would bring a backup just in case. Next, I would recommend bringing a bottle of hand sanitizer. That's for the protection of others as well as yourself. And the last thing you want to be thinking about when you're taking an important test is, does this surface have something on it or whatnot? So you can use that in between sections to sanitize and re-sanitize your hands. The other extra thing that you should do the morning of is call your test center or check on the College Board website to see if by any chance there's been a last minute cancellation of your test administration. Now, the good news is in the worst case, even if you have the wrong information there, you'll show up and you'll find out one way or the other. But I think it doesn't hurt if you can check quickly to see what the deal is and if there are any updates. Finally, be prepared to take a short survey before you enter the test location on test day. So no big deal, you're just gonna have to sign off on a couple questions. The questions are as follows. First, they wanna make sure that you haven't come within 6 feet of anyone infected with COVID-19 within the last 14 days. Second, they wanna make sure that you have no reason to believe that you have COVID-19 yourself. Third, that you haven't violated any of the travel restrictions or quarantine obligations. Fourth, you must agree to wear a mask throughout the test and follow the test site rules. Finally, for number 5, you're going to be asked to accept the potential risk of COVID-19 exposure. I know that this is a lot to wrap your mind around and it just simply is the times that we are living in, but I know you can do it if you've been preparing and working hard. So I wish you all the best of luck when you sit down and take this test in these circumstances. I know you can do an amazing job. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please click that like button. And if you want to see more from the Scale It Learning channel, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.